using the pallet from the shed that came with it that it was sitting on. We're using that now to start piling our wood collection on, and pipes and pieces and parts, so we can keep them off the ground. Bringing more up every time. Bringing stuff from the house too that we're not using there. Things, so we just have them up here as we need them. It's about 8 o'clock. Just super beautiful evening. Sun's about to go down. We just got back from thieving water from the OPP, Ocean Park Posse. We're still in their water, so we got another 100 gallons we're pumping in. But while that's working, it's way up the hill. I'm gonna get a fire started so we can cook some hot dogs or sausages over the fire and enjoy this gorgeous evening. This is kind of our fire pit area we've been using. It's just the area off of the new pad we had built that's just still dirt. So one of the plans I have is, once I get a machine up here, a tractor or a skid steer or something, is level this area out and we'll put a cover over it, kind of like we did at the other property. Which is really great, so you can sit around the fire when it's pouring rain. Welcome to the Northwest. Anyways, we're gonna get a fire going. These are my original Gore-Tex hunting boots. Had these for almost 20 years. Still going, still dry. Amazing. Never had a pair of boots last this long. Morning. Gonna be a wet one today. Got a little rain last night, still raining. Forecast says some rain on and off today, but that's not gonna stop us. Keep going. Got some coffee going, gonna enjoy that and go get started. It is amazing how much water this little tiny shed is catching. I know I said before in the last video, so this building will produce very little water because the roof isn't that big, that this wasn't going to catch anything because it's so small. But as you can see, it is barely, I mean, there's a sprinkling going on and kind of a mist in the air. It's not raining very hard. And it's actually catching water pretty well. I'm shocked. So I would not be surprised if, based on this, when we get some good rain, if this barrel fills up quite a bit pretty quickly, especially for this small roof line. We're talking about just adding another 50 like this possibly to this system. Start with this 50, but we can easily add more. So we could add another 50 and have 100 here if we needed to, but 50 is quite a bit of water. It'd just be a problem in the few months in the summer where we might go through it. But one advantage we have is we can always just pull from the big tank and fill these if we had to pretty easily. So we may just keep this system local, which would be really cool. We'll run the sink and the shower off the water caught off this building, so that'll be awesome. One thing too is we're not catching water off the back side of this building because it doesn't, the front had a built-in rain gutter, which is why we're like, oh, we should just do this. The back does not have one, and there's a lot of water rolling off that right now. So I'm definitely gonna cut some, probably a 2-inch PVC pipe, cut the top off that lengthwise, strap it up here and run it to that barrel. Look at all that delicious water we're missing. Working on the power inside the building. There's not a lot of light inside here, so the camera's having trouble even really taking decent footage without me messing with it constantly, so haven't really had it up and running, but just got the battery in, starting to run the wires for the lights. We got all the lights zip tied in, put the switch in that we use for switching that on and off. Had this great idea of taking the 12-volt fans you use in computers for cooling the case and using those in here because they're already 12 volts, perfect. And they're small enough, I can get them different sizes, but I got a perfect size that I think 2 of those will fit up on the vent screen. So I'm going to try to mount those there and then wire those to the solar power and see if that works. And I tried to buy pretty quiet ones because I figured it'd be obnoxious to be inside there if they were super loud, but let's see how they work. Once it's all done, I'll turn some lights on in here and take you in to see. Cool, we have fans. Let's give it a try. So on power, what's left is to just clean up the battery box and then put in the solar panel and controller. So we had a beautiful day yesterday, as you saw, and pretty nice morning. It's been rain, kind of that northwest drizzly rain. No big deal. You're used to it if you live here. Didn't slow us down. However, it's getting nastier and it's supposed to be pretty ugly later today. Probably what we're going to do is work here for a while and then head back to our Ocean Park property and just camp there for the night. And then figure out what we're doing tomorrow. So we probably won't get to the water this time to put in the hot water heater and get all the plumbing done and the drains. So probably to be the next project, maybe part 3. So I guess part 2 will be all about electricity and solar. But we do have all the parts. We have the water heater and everything we need to do the plumbing. So hopefully that'll be done soon and we'll get done with electrical now. Michelle is awesome. She found the perfect spot. We're doing it. That's where we're putting it, I think. And go find the brackets. Okay, so I'm gonna screw this down to the top here. The gap underneath is on the back side is below the ridge line, so it should help with the wind. I don't think there'll be any problem here. This is like got bolts through it into the frame, so should be good. If not, we'll be buying another panel, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, panel's hooked up, so that lit up the controller. It's working and it's charging. So the Grape solar charger is here, which is hooked to that panel as you just saw on the outside, which is 100 watts, which runs down here to this about an 80 amp hour 12 volt battery. Probably way more than this building needs, but it was what I could get at the time and was fine. The power usage in this building, like I said, will be pretty minimal, so I'm guessing that 100 watts will have no problem keeping up here. So anyways, it's working up good. It's got the 12.8 volts there. It's like 82% efficiency right now, which is pretty good because it's overcast. And the panel's not obviously optimally aimed, but it'll be good enough for what we're doing. I do plan on replacing those battery connections. I'll get some, I have some at home. I have some heavy duty terminal connectors, a big crimping tool that I used when I worked on doing higher gauge DC wire. So I will bring those parts up and replace those winged up connections with really good solid ones next time we're up. This will work for now, but. So the weather is still pretty good. It's getting a little windy. It's super muggy, which I guess makes sense because it was kind of dumpy all day this morning. But it hasn't rained since like 11 or whenever I last told you on the video that it was probably raining. It was supposed to start raining again, but it's just overcast. It's super warm. The breeze is actually kind of nice. So we finished electrical. We're just gonna continue on until it's crap fest again, and then we'll probably pack it in and see how far we get today. So right now we're working on a mount for the water heater, which will mount outside on a panel. We'll have like a thin sheet metal roof for it, since it can get, the exhaust vent can get a little warm. I didn't want to do it out of wood. And then the water pump will be out here. What we're gonna do is get it all mounted up and a little bit windproof now. And then we'll probably figure out between now and, I don't know, the end of September, a way to winterize it. You know, maybe we have a box we put over it or something to winterize it. Or worst case is we just pop it off its mount and stick it inside the shack for the winter. We'll see. Okay, we got started on the water heater and pump area. We started on the box, so we basically built this box. It's still in its early stages. I need to bring my jigsaw up so we can cut some of these curves off, and then we'll finish up the walls down the sides. And then we may put a door on it, but we'll trim it all out, make it look a little nicer later. But now it's just getting it base structure up, water heater mounted so we can make sure it all fits right, and getting the water pump in. So that's all ready to be plumbed, and then we'll finish up the box at another date. Whew. Wrapping it up today. Just now getting crappy. It's about 5:30, so we're just gonna wrap it up and head over to the Ocean Park property and have dinner there and hang out in the RV. Since we lost our canopy and stuff here, it's kind of crappy to stay here tonight, so with all the rain. So gonna finish loading up, but we did get the stuff figured out for the shower drain pan. We're gonna do it a little different, we decided, so I need to pick up a couple more things and I'll bring them next time. And all the power's done and ready to go, so this time we'll wrap up, and then hopefully the next video we'll be doing all the finalizing the plumbing and shower and all the good stuff. Klein linesmen. You need these. They're the ultimate linesmen.